Fuck. Fuck.
Allow me to tell you why I am here. I am here for the same reason that 99.9% of the SmackDown superstars are here. The only one superstar with a guaranteed match at WrestleMania is Shinsuke Nakamura. So I, like almost everyone else, are trying to find our road to WrestleMania. In less than 2 weeks at Fastlane, there's a fatal 5-way championship match. I walk in. I am not here for a handout. I am here tonight to do whatever it takes to earn a spot in that match. So let's cut right down to the chase and get it started and find out what I have to do to make it to WrestleMania.
Now, John, we've all heard exactly what was on your mind and what you said. And a superstar of your magnitude, everybody is looking for their role on the grandest stage of them all. But the pathway that you propose puts you smack dab in the middle of the WWE Championship match at Fastlane in 2 weeks' time. Where if you won, not only would you go on to main event WrestleMania, history would be made because you would be walking into WrestleMania the 17-time world champion.
Every superstar that's in the Fatal 5-Way match earned their opportunity for their chance at the WWE title. If you won in that match, we're going to give you something that we give to everybody else. An opportunity. In tonight's main event, where if you win that match, we will put you in the WWE title match at Fastlane.
Main event of SmackDown Live tonight. If I win, I'm in. Fine. Who's my opponent?
It's somebody you're very familiar with. Tonight, you will go one-on-one with none other than the WWE Champion, AJ Styles! Wow, that is huge! Come on and fight back, so start it over again, we'll take it right back. From the one where again, it's time to rise up, even though they left us for dead. This is our
I was led to be in here. Is there a reason why I'm in here? Or is it just bullets? No, it says just bullets. Or is it? Nothing happened, look. Was I meant to be in here? Definitely I was. Oops. I know it. I just know that I was destined to be Giant old miracles. Singing with my past. I'm about to make it. And you know I'm getting famous. I'm in TikToks. Trying to hit nestles. Money, 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 chase it. Shit, is it one behind you? Is someone behind you? I wanna find a like you. Money, 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 chase it. Got clue you're brainless. Sound on miracles. Seen with it, boy. Young boy trying to make it. And you know I'm getting famous. Going dripping their souls. Dripping their souls. Money, 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 chase it. Ain't got a clue. Send these shots like a drink. Oh, you must be a beast. Get the fuck out my face. Nip, nip, nip. Which one is on my head? Pick out what's I pick for the gram. Very good, alright. That mine duplicate. Join duplicate, guess who's just that mine? When I get that black Russell, and I won't Russell Deacon. When I get that Russell Deacon, get that black. I have a feeling I'm sure it is. I'm not gonna be able to make it. Penguin. Where do we find that? Fuck off. Wait, fuck off, fuck off.
The Undertaker is, of course, amazing. Probably one of the best ever in terms of character and creating a gimmick that runs far deeper than what we see within a wrestling ring. The man under the hat, Mark Calloway, understood what had to be done and rarely ever let that slip. It's a masterclass on how to live your persona, which, as we've seen, can keep you relevant for many, many years. Throughout his time in the business, however, there have been moments where, let's say, things got a bit sticky. There's nothing wrong with being a dominant force. There's a line as well. If you cross that, bad things are awaiting. Whether it was through choice or simply he lived long enough to see himself become the villain, the Phenom hasn't always played fair in the WWE. I'm Simon from What Culture, and this is 10 times The Undertaker's ego ran wild in WWE. Number 10, Fully Loaded 2000. Throughout the Attitude Era, The Undertaker found a way to win. A lot. Sometimes that was fine, but on others you did have to question if it was the right decision, or if political pools coming into the equation. Let's start Fully Loaded 2000. Billed as having a triple main event which would see Chris Jericho taking on Triple H, The Rock going toe-to-toe with Chris Benoit, we'd also see The Undertaker against young up-and-comer Kurt Angle. While Jericho and Benoit got a decent rub from their encounters, it's fair to say that Angle did not. Going a grand total of 7 minutes, Taker smashed the crap out of the Olympian almost instantly, even hitting him with an elbow at one point before interrupting the 3 count himself. That's right, Angle looked like a sharp attack of someone's arm was enough to do away with him. I get that Kurt was fresh-faced, but did we need to do this? Probably not. Didn't help either of them. Undertaker beat a nobody, and Kurt remained a nobody. Thankfully, he was too talented to let it affect him long-term. This could have been done better. Number 9, neutering Brock Lesnar. In hindsight, this wasn't as bad, because who really has helped Brock Lesnar in his pursuit to where he is today more than The Undertaker? As soon as the Beast beat the Streak, that was it. The past was kind of irrelevant. However, in 2002, everyone knew who the new guy in town was, and it was Paul Heyman's client. Vince McMahon knew it, management knew it, hell, even The Rock knew it. Apparently, though, The Undertaker was just taking a little while to catch up. And Unforgiven 2002, a match between the two was booked, and not only was it mediocre at best, but the end result was a double DQ, a finish that apparently the dead man had petitioned for. There was a big scrap after the final bell, but even that went badly for Lesnar. Taker grabbed him by the trunks and threw him through the stage. Like garbage. What made it worse was that the stage was made out of paper, so Brock selling the damn thing was stupid. An A4 sheet had gotten the better of him. We didn't need the double DQ, and really, didn't need this either. Number 8, CM gets punked. The Undertaker wasn't really a dude to suit it up. To helpfully underscore this point, WWE.com once ran a novelty Photoshop photo gallery in which Taker is featured, and it was called Superstars You Never Thought You'd See in a Suit, because he never wore a suit. Just wanted to ram that point home. This, of course, begs the question why in 2009 he told CM Punk, who was now the World Heavyweight Champion, to, you guessed it, wear a suit in public. Punk, being the guy he was, questioned this, especially as no one made John Cena get all smart on the road, and that annoyed Taker so much, he went to WWE higher-ups and let them know. That wasn't enough, however, as then CM had to be punished. So, he was booked in a Hell in a Cell match against The Undertaker, where he got his ass whooped and lost the title. A month later, he wrestled R-Truth in the Dark match, and he was not the victor there either. Oh dear. Number 7, that damn bike. Right, genuinely, Biker Taker was awful. I know a lot of people listening love that gimmick because they grew up with it. However, I think it sucked, mostly because it was the equivalent of Roman Reigns today. WWE and the Phenom just tried to ram it down our throats. I get that motorbikes are cool and all, but it went too far with the American Badass, the main piece of evidence being when Taker was allowed to cut one of the longest and weirdest promos in WWE history. And this was even worse because he hadn't even made a transition at this point. It was just a horrible look into what was coming soon. During a summer episode of Raw, the dead man told a bizarre tale about how he and Big Show had been riding in the San Fernando Valley, all the while killing snakes and making boots out of their skin. That is utter rubbish to start with. It literally didn't happen. Apparently Show did well during this journey as he left that desert with a Harley, and when all was said and done, nothing about pro wrestling had been mentioned. Would anyone else have gotten away with this shtick? No way, and in this instance, it shouldn't have happened to begin with. Number 6, nepotism. There's nothing wrong with helping out your friends or loved ones, especially if it's to get them a job. It happens all the time, as it did in 2001, when The Undertaker got current wife Sarah onto WWE TV. Problem was what happened after that. Being flung into the feud between Taker and DDP, Sarah had Paige's number from start to finish, even beating him during her last appearance on Raw. This would have been fine if the angle or scenario had been different, but it was clearly just politics running wild and killed
DDP off for good. Now, to be fair, Sarah has said in the past it wasn't Taker's idea, but come on now. We had more of this at the 2018 Royal Rumble when Michelle McCool, Taker's current partner, entered and then threw about 65,890 people out within seconds. Unless she's coming back to take on all comers, this made as much sense as a warm ski slope. Number 5, Wrestler's Court. Thankfully, Wrestler's Court doesn't exist anymore. I mean, none of us know the truth about what went on behind the scenes,